Hi there. Today I'm going to walk you through design and construction for a custom Lego Starfighter. I created this for an activity on Flickr called the Starfighter telephone game, where a series of Lego builders design spaceships, send it to the next person in line who then takes that as inspiration and creates another one and sends it down the chain all the way around until it loops around. And the theme for the game that I participated in was CirCorp, which came with, as a requirement to use these interesting yellow barred elements and the dark gray, yellow, and orange color scheme. Okay? So this is what I came up with. And it has a few, I think, kind of interesting bits. So first of all, the cockpit has an unusual width. So it's 11 plates rather wide, and I've got some this yellow blocking that surrounds the front window, and then up around the sides as well. I think it looks pretty nice, and that was fun to work out. Then I've played a lot with the blocking here in the midsection as well. So you can see the yellow and the orange carry over, and then works its way down through over the side of these kind of engine intake elements. Those elements themselves have a half plate offset between each one. I thought that was made for an interesting sort of texture, and it looked pretty good. So I worked that out. And then this whole element then flows back and then up through this central tail, which also where I carried that kind of element, the gap, half plate gap up through the tail, and also through these kind of rear lower tails as well. And then here in the back engine, I added a couple of little elements for texture and interest. There's another kind of yellow bar here, which mirrors what we've got going on up here. And then in this area, I've got some clips just to break it up as the two different grays go through the center there. And this is what it looks like from behind. Okay. And the entire thing is on top of a stand, but this one is detachable. Take it off, and I'll show you how it goes together. All right, so I'm going to rapidly knock out the stand. Here's half of it, which I've already built, and I'm going to take some plates, latch them up here, more corner plates. This 1x6. Latch this on top. Some tiles. The stand is pretty straightforward. And then I start with these sections. These are some stack plates and these cutout slopes. These 2x2 brackets that I really like. Some more stack plates. Brackets. Plates. And then I'm going to cinch this all in with the 1x8 tile. And then I've got two sizes of these wedges. It's a 4x4 with no stud, 4x3. Each of those wedges have some boat studs in the bottom, you can see. And then some more of these cutout slopes, which I'm going to just place in here. A couple of long cheese. And then a whole bunch of boat studs here on the bottom. And I will just tend to make this match what I've got on the other side. And then 4 here in the center. All right, so that's good. Here on the side, just like the matching one, I've got a couple of these plates with bars and 1x2 tile. Drop that there. Then the main support for the stand is 4 of these transcoder lift arms, which I really like. They're connected at the top to one another with some friction pins. These are Technic bricks with 2 holes. And then I've got a direction reversal with just take this brick with the side studs and drop it in upside down with a couple of clips and a tile there. This is the front of the stand, so it will drop in here like so. Finish it up. Okay. I use some tiles here across the top of the Technic bricks. The stand won't be able to come back out. And then just a bunch of cheese here to finish things off. Okay. And then lastly, this is another one of those brackets with the 2 side studs. We've got a plate underneath, and then this nifty reverse tile. And this is going to go right in here, so which eventually will support the ship on top. All right, now I'm going to build the frame, and I'll start with this assembly. So it's just a series of stacked plates of different colors. You can see the blocking for the orange and the yellow coming together. So it studs up. It looks like this. These are just cheese. And then I've got this little stud reversal assembly. It's a headlight brick into a headlight brick with a 1x1 plate into a Technic brick with a hole. Okay. And this is going to, the one stud will go in like so. Okay. I'm going to have a mirrored set of the similar plates stacked up here. And so it's going to just go up against here so that these studs are going opposite one another, symmetrical. And we're going to latch it together in the top using the long cheese slopes. There, and then this one just comes on with that last stud. So I'm going to cinch it up here. Okay, so this will simply looks like this. Okay, set that aside for the moment. The next bit starts with some 1x4 bricks with side studs. I've got an inverted slope, some plates, or rather a plate. This plate with the handles with the freeze is just for decoration. The jumper on top. I put a plate with a headlight, a quick light rather, on top of that. And then I'm going to cinch all of that in with one of these plates with the hole extension. Okay. On top of this, you can see I've got 4 headlight bricks, tile, and then a plate, and then a jumper. And then this is a stacked couple of plates, a plate with a clip light, another plate, and this is going to go in upside down into that hole. So later I'm going to connect the tail on each side there. And then finally in front, there's this little assembly. It's a plate, a couple of headlight bricks, another plate. One of these Technic bricks with 2 holes. It's got a plate on the side and a tile on top. Okay, so we'll set that aside for a moment. And then the next bit is studs up, looks like an inverted slope, 2x3 plate, another plate and a tile, then a couple of these bricks with side studs, some more stacked plates. I've got a little bit of tan here. Ultimately, this is going to hold the cockpit and keep it at the proper ankle when we get back to it. Then stacking up some bricks, more side studs, a couple of plates, and then back into the dark blade, 2 individual bricks with side stud. And these will then go into a plate where I've got a couple of these cheese and this round tile. And this will ultimately then all be flush with the front of the cockpit when it's ready. And then lastly, I've got a couple jumpers. We'll go on these extended opened studs there. And then this is just a stacked sandwich of these interesting yellow parts. This is part of my, this is the seed part for the telephone game that I was playing in. and I thought they looked really interesting stacked together, and between them I've just got these round plates. I thought the sort of texture and it's just I thought it was interesting. And there's a tile on top, and so that tile, if I remember how to do this correctly, is going to go in like this, and then on this side here, these two studs are going to come in like so. Okay. And then this assembly before, it's just going to slide. Oops. Didn't do that right. I'm going to reverse it. So the like so. Okay, let's try that. Better. All right, so that sits on top of this tile. And to get the four plates perfectly centered, it's going to work out nicely with the headlight bricks on each side to cinch it up. So I've got, just use a couple of plates here. Then on top of that, there's a bracket, plate, and then one of these modified tiles. And ultimately, I'm going to use that for the angled blocking. It's going to sit on top. So just the assembly looks like this. And we'll put one on this side. Okay. Switch it up a little bit. And so that is the completed center for the kind of core frame. Now, if I come back and bring back the stand, you can see that the frame is just going to sit down right on top of it, like so. Okay, so it just connects on these two studs. And later there's going to be some other things which sit on top of the clips just to make it a little more, give it a little more strength. It works pretty well and can pop on and off. All right. Next, I'm going to put together the two rear lower tail extensions. And so for some stack plates, some cheese, and hinge brick with the long kind of 2x2 top plate. And this is going to go into another set of stacked plates, cheese, another one of the hinge bricks. And so when I fold it up, it's going to do this. And then corner plate, cheese will go like so. Got a headlight brick with a couple 1x1s, and that'll go in like that. Just a stacked set of 3 bricks, 2 plates. So. And then just 2 opposing bricks with side studs, some plates, and I'm going to drop in a plate with a 1x3 tile, and then this unit will snap in like this. And you can see that half plate gap that matches the design element in the rest of the ships. There's a 18-degree slope. And then another headlight, and I cap this one off with a tile. The back, and that's just to give it the dark gray blocking in the rear. Okay. And I have one more of these from the other side. It's symmetrical. So here's that frame that I made earlier, and I'm just going to put the rear tail components in to those plates with clip light. So each of them have 2 connection points, and they come in close to one another. Okay. So it's like that. And then this is just a 2x6 plate, a tile, cheese, a couple of jumpers. And it's going to connect to 2 of the 4 side studs here. And eventually, these jumpers are all going to be used to support the cockpit. Oops. Something similar on this side. So same part, and go in like that. Now I'm going to put together the cockpit. And I'm going to start with this little component, a couple of bricks with side studs, and this is a headlight brick into the back of a headlight brick. The trans clear cheese here is meant to be kind of an instrument panel, and then I put as a sort of control yoke this red plate with the free handles with the free ends. Yeah, I know it doesn't cinch up all the way, but it's just this one in particular is just for the guy to hold, so it doesn't matter. And so underneath this, then this is a plate, a bracket with 1x2 to 1x2, and a hinge brick, and it's going to go like so. Eventually, this is going to hold the front gun. Okay. And we'll put the front windscreen plate, the panel, and this is a yellow jumper on top here, like that. And then these bits, these are each brackets, a plate and a tile, and then a Technic brick with a plate underneath. Okay. And I have two of these symmetrical, and they're held together to start with by just this tile. Okay. And so, and then this unit will plug in there. Okay. So, then we've got our pilot. He's himself is sitting on top of a bracket, and then there is a brick and two plates underneath that. And as a unit, that's going to connect in like this. So let's control the stick. Remember, it's going to be banked down, so that's why he's moving back a bit. And then this is a set of. So this is a plate, door rail, another plate, and these double curved slopes. Okay. There's a little grill tile, another plate here. It's kind of perfect because now when I line this up, like so, snug it in. This yellow becomes the base of the blocking around the bottom of the windscreen, and because it's a door rail, it goes out exactly one plate to each side of this too wide panel. Then we have the rest of the glass. So these are just the kind of large panels. This is a 1x4 tile and a 1x1 tile. So, and it's going to go into the, for now, it's going to go into the Technic brick. Other side. So. Okay. And same thing over on this side. Okay. Then I've got these two assemblies. So this is all studs up. So it's this is a 1x4 plate. It has another one of these plates with a door rail, a plate and a round plate and some cheese. It's pretty basic. Another cheese and a plate. So it's going to be 5 long yellow here. And then this is just some stack plates and then one of those slopes with the cutout. Okay. So I have 2 of these. And this is going to come in on the side and you connect right there. Okay. And when I do that now, the plate with the door rail portion of that is going to protrude in the front by exactly 1 plate. And so it tightens up this where it comes together here with this bit on the front. And it is symmetrical. Okay. And now you can see the blocking all around the window and getting ready for the blocking on the side. Okay, so that's that part. Put that aside for the moment. Then another component for the cockpit. So studs up. This is a 6 long plate, some cheese, plate, tile, two more of those cutout slopes, and then a 6-long tile. And this assembly is just a bunch of stacked tiles and some wedges. You can see the wedges plates below. It's exactly 2 plates thick. Okay. And it's going to connect like this. Okay. And eventually it's going to pivot on top of this tile. Okay. This side. So to give it to fill in a gap and help guide it, this is a plate, a clip, and a round plate. And it's going to go in like this, and so you can see that it's holding in the tile here. Like that. Okay. And these are 2 stacked wedges and a cheese, and it's going to go in underneath here, like that, and this will end up being flush back to the main body. Okay. I thought it looked nice with the blade peeking out behind there. And then this is more headlight bricks, so headlight plates everywhere into another headlight. And then this headlight has a jumper in the back. Okay. And then actually this plate and this jumper, these are going to end up being right in the center of the ship. So when I duplicate this into the side, those don't exist. It's not. It turns out to not be symmetrical right there. Okay. And this will then plug in to the yellow on the 3rd stud down. Okay. Just like this. And there is 1 more of these, right? And so you can kind of dry fit. It's going to work like this around the cockpit. All right, now I'm going to do the final cockpit assembly. So we'll take the unit with the pilot and so forth. It's going to fit in here banked. And this component we made before is going to latch onto the cockpit. And then back behind here, 1, 2, 3 to the 3 studs on the jumpers. This will also have the effect of cinching up that frame horizontally. But the entire unit is kind of tricky to get on. It's a bit fiddly. So let's see how this goes. Okay. Fiddling. Okay, so that side's on. So now you can see from this side what it looks like. It's open. So I have that matching assembly. Oh, and by the way, this dark tan cheese there is actually helping to support the back of the cockpit and keep it at the right angle. So it's coming in right underneath these round plate that's underneath the headlight brick. Okay, let me just finish cinching this up. Okay, cockpit's attached. You can see here. Okay. So now to finish the cockpit off, I have a couple of these bits. So this is just a bunch of some stacked plates with some cheese. This side has a door rail protruding, and this is going to come in on top and just fit into one of those exposed studs, just like so. Okay. And the door rail is there because it fills the gap right in the center. Again, because the cockpit is 11 plates wide. And we'll come in and do the matching side here. This side doesn't have the door rail. looking good. Okay, so. And then this is just use the door rails like crazy here. So it's a bow plate with a door rail, similar thing on this side, and just a door rail with a plate. And this makes a 3-wide unit, 3 stud wide, but with a plate extension on each side. And this is going to go right into that to the stud on the yellow jumper, which will put it right in the middle of the top, where it needs to be. And the result, I think, looks pretty good. Okay. The very last thing here, just to finish the cockpit area off, I've got 2 of these cheese, and I'm going to drop these in like this into the exposed bit. Use last because I take off the cheese to get these plates back off. So now the cockpit is not going anywhere. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to assemble these little sections that go on the sides. They're kind of a combination of intakes and something which has a look of a sort of a heat sink. And so the component is a stack of 3 layers. So this is the bottom layer, and you can see it's got a headlight brick with the plate. It's an inverted slope. A couple of headlight bricks, plate in one, and then this into the top of the headlight brick is a Technic brick with a hole, and that's going to go in like so. Okay. And it's got these kind of interesting Technic slopes in the front, which are just between a plate and a 3-lung tile. Okay, so that's the bottom layer. The middle layer is very similar. Looks like that. And so I will just put the 2 together. So as these 2 studs to connect. And then the top layer looks like this. Okay. So it's similar this time. Instead of the brick with headlight is facing inward to make this line nice. And it's got a Technic brick with a hole and a plate beneath, and I have a decal. And so this will go in like this. Okay. So you can see that's this unit. Okay. Also related to this, this unit on the side, so this is a plate, a stack of plates, a brick with some side studs. We've got something which look like kind of downward-facing thrusters, and a bracket tile, and then level up from that. We've got a plate, some cheese. This is a brick with side stud. This is a Technic brick with a clip, horizontal clip in the side, and then this is just stacked 3 clips for strength. Okay. And this will connect in on top of this bit, like so. Okay, so this is going to face in, and this will face out, and a bunch of other stuff will connect on here in just a minute. And that will include this lower gun, so which is just a stack, pretty basic, some plates, some bricks. This is a brick with side stud and a round tile, a pin joiner, and so forth. Okay, so I'll use that in just a minute. So now we can connect those intake heat sink sections to the ship itself. And so I'll start with that little unit with the clips, with the cheese pointed to the top. The clips are going to connect to the yellow bars, and it's a little bit tricky. I'm going to want the top of the cheese to be exactly 1 plate higher than the top of that modified tile with the stud on top. So I just snap that in there like that. And then this entire unit will connect in on these 3 studs. It'll get supported again from the back by the time the ship is completely done. Okay. so. And I can adjust it later to make this gap perfect. And then the little gun assembly will come in underneath, right onto that panel, to that bracket rather. Okay. Then I'll flip around to the other side. So, okay. Then I've got a couple of these 18-degree slopes. We're going to carry the blocking down and around, the color blocking down and around, orange and yellow. And you can see the round tile and the round plate. And this is going to go right in the center of that modified tile inside here. And once it's there, I can then rotate it until it's at just the perfect angle, so that the colors all line up and the stripes look contiguous. Okay. I'll do the same thing on this side. Rotate it. And then I'm just use some cheese to lock it off on the top. So there's a bit of a lip and overlay on top. That locks everything in. And it also looks nice. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to quickly hit this front gun. So each of the barrels are just a series of round plates. This tile with a hole in it, and a trans-clear bar. Got two of those, and then this unit with some plates, brick with side studs, a panel because it's going to need to. There's the angle such that some stuff's going to fit in underneath there, and I'm going to use a plate and connect it up like this. Okay. Other barrel. Side of the gun. Okay, so it looks like that. And then that's going to connect into, there's a hinge brick underneath here. And once it's there, I can rotate it so that it's level with the body. Okay. And then I just have the rear of the gun, or the stacked plates with the hole extension. There is a stacked set of plates, a brick, and a brick with a side stud. So it looks like that. And then I've got this round brick that I put some nice decals on. And so that looks like so. And this then will fit in on those two studs. Okay. I'll do the same thing over here. Okay. You can see underneath what it looks like. Okay. And so your clip gun is in place. Now I'm going to build the module for the engines and the upper tail. And the core of that module is this little bit. So it's a set of stacked plates. This. There's a brick with a side stud in the middle. So it's capped with tiles, and then I use this white round plate because it has a hole in the center, and I'll show you what that's for later. And then underneath each plate, there's a brick with 2 side studs, a couple plates, bracket, and then I'm using this time a hinge brick. That's because something is going to be flush here, and there wasn't room for any studs. Okay, so this is the core. And to this open stud here, I'm going to put in this 33-degree slope in a plate. And I'm doing it so that it comes up above the top exactly 1/2 plate. Later there's going to be a cheese slope here, and because the front of that is also 1/2 plate up, there will be no extra lip. It would be kind of nice. Okay, so hold on to this for just a second. Then I will attempt to remember how all of this stuff goes together. So I'll start with this bit. So there's a whole series of stacked plates, and just spin them around a bit. You can see a lot of the bit with all these plates is more complicated than it needs to be because there's some important blocking between gray and light gray. You'll see later. Okay. So there's a brick with side stud here that has a 2x2 tile. And then into this component, we'll set this bit. It's again a bunch of plates. Now you can see the 2 corner plates intersecting to keep all of the dark gray in one band around the front. Okay, some tiles. And this bit will just come in on top like that. Okay. Then I've got some cheese to finish off the edges. Oops. Bottom edge. Okay. A couple plates, a couple more cheese. Bottom. I thought it looked nicer with the 3 individual cheese instead of doubling up one of these. Okay. Then I've got this bit, which I think is kind of fun. So this is a modified tile with a handle on top. And I've just got a plate through the center with the cheese on it, which fits really perfectly. And then I've got a jumper, which holds this. Okay. And then this will just lock in right there on 2 studs. Okay. I thought this was a nice looking little detail, and the bar kind of echoes what I've got early in the core of the ship. And then I've got a tile. This is on top of a jumper, and this time it's important that this is one of the new jumpers because it's going to fit right into the center of this stud, okay, like so. Okay. Then some more plates, some more cheese, like that. A brick, some stacked plates, brick with side studs, and that will go like so. Okay. I intentionally left this as a brick with studs rather than tile to match. In the front of the ship, there's a wedge plate with studs. I think it looks well balanced. Then in the back of this, this is a new style jumper, this time with a clip. And I needed the new style jumper to attach the clip from this side. So it goes in like so, and the clip's right in the center from underneath. Then this little set is some plates. These can be old style jumpers, and in fact I think they are. A couple clips, and now I've just got tiles on top. Okay. So, and this will come in like that. Okay, so the top of the clips protrudes. I think it makes nice texture where the dark gray is cutting through the light gray. Okay. So this is all for a second. The next bit, if I can remember how this goes together. So, yeah. Okay. So we just got some plates with some tiles. some cheese, corner plates, dark gray, like that. Okay. And then this bit is there's some stacked, so be careful, I take this apart. There's some stacked plates, cheese. This modified tile with the center stud is going to connect into the center tail and ultimately hold the whole thing together. It's pretty important structurally. And then for some stud reversal, there's a couple headlights plugged into one another, and then a brick with side stud in the back of this headlight. And this will all get cinched together to hold the kind of the exhaust nozzle on. And then all of this goes together like so, if I did it correctly. Okay. And so then this component and this one will latch in. Oops, maybe I didn't do it correctly. Wrong. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I just had that in the wrong spot. So these two will come together like this. Okay. And this was kind of a pain to get it to work, but I really liked the shape all around the edge, still while accommodating these textural elements in the center. Okay. So then back to the core of this bit. Now this will connect in like so. These two studs. Okay, nice and tight. It's the center of the thruster, and it's actually holds everything together pretty nicely, as well as provides a nice center detail. And the outer kind of exhaust nozzle. Okay, so I'll put this aside for just a second. Then back to the center tail. So here's the core of it. You can see some stacked Technic bricks, bricks with side stud or some headlight bricks. Looks like that. And then into this, in this channel, we'll add some color and some lack of color. Okay. I'm going to put a 18-degree slope back here. And then I'm going to cap this with a 1x2 tile. Okay. And then I've got this little bit, just some plates, tile. I've got this nice tall brick so it doesn't look broken up with the orange. And this will come in underneath, like so. Okay. And then this looks like this is the upper fin. So if I come back around to here, you can see this is the center. So this Technic brick is going to go right into the that one exposed stud in the tile. And it's a really nice tight fit here with this 33-degree slope. Okay. So everything looks tight and good. And then this little bit is just it's a brick with studs on both sides, which has some bricks and plates and so forth. And then this is a new style jumper with a cheese top. And this is going to plug in right underneath here, like so. Okay, put everything together, and you can see that there's just enough nice gap there, right where the headlight brick meets that round plate. Almost done. So here's a duplicate of that engine section that we done on the other side, and so it will connect in 1, 2, 3, 4 places. Okay. Oops. That's tight. And lastly, now we can put this last cheese slope here in the center. Okay, and the engine section is ready. All right, we're ready to do the last step. So I'm going to bring in the engine component and connect it. But to do that, it will be supported here with a stud on this jumper and support from this section, but it also connects into 2 points where it meets this bit with the intakes and that kind of heat sink looking thing. So there's a little component here, which is a mixture of this corner slope with cutout, some tile and plates, and one of these grill bricks. And back in this section that we had on the left, there are 2 places where there's a downward facing stud now that we left in place from the from some headlight bricks. So I'm going to just attach this in there to get it ready, and do the same thing over here on this side. Okay, like that. And now there's a receptacle for these 4 studs to go into. Okay, so it's sort of delicate. I'm going to bring this engine component that we made before. I'll bring that in, drop it on top to the back. And then cinch it up. All right. Okay. And that should do it. So that's our completed fighter. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, the stand comes off this, and I made a replacement bit just for swooshing that pops in where the stand used to be. Okay. And now we've got our contiguous fighter, and it's ready to roll out.